Thank you everyone for joining us today for our new member orientation. So we have the president of the society here, Allison Beal. We also have several chapters and SIG members, some new members, and some members who have been with us for quite some time. So welcome, and especially to those who have joined the society, we also give you a big welcome. Feel free to ask questions in the chat as they arise. Okay. Do you all see my screen?
No.
No.
Okay. Oh, yes. I see something now.
Okay. There. My name is Megan Colvin, and I am the Director of Outreach at the Society. So our agenda today is to do some introductions, what is the System Dynamics Society, and a lot of the benefits that we have for members, resources, learning, how to get involved, and then we'll have an opportunity for questions and networking in the second half. So our vision and our mission have to do with the System Dynamics Society being able to transform society by improving decision-making and helping effectively tackle some of the most pressing social issues of our time, such as climate change, population health, equity, supply chain shortages, pandemic preparedness, and sustainability. And basically, our mission is to promote the field of system dynamics and systems thinking and use it as a tool for understanding complex problems and solving real-world issues. So we aim to foster collaboration, provide access to resources and best practices in the field, support the growth and career development of our system dynamics professionals, and raise awareness of this tool to decision makers, organizations, and the broader public. So our society staff, skipped over. Our home office staff is Rebecca Niles. She's our executive director. She's in the US. Raquel, she's in Brazil. She is our director of knowledge. Fernando is in Portugal. He is our director of marketing and communications. Megan, that's me. I'm the director of outreach. Kalichi is our Google Ad Grants manager and our web analytics, and he also helps with sponsorship and products. He's in Nigeria. Monique, she's from the Philippines. Now she's in Australia studying her PhD. She is our social media manager. Christine is our conference program assistant located in the US, and Muhammad is our web developer in Bangladesh. So how can you reach us? One way is through the live chat on our website. A little button will pop up at the bottom and it'll say message online at that moment. So we try and have our office hours during like regular business hours on the East Coast in the US. You can also reach us by email at the office email, conference email, or the finance email address. This is the structure of the society. So we have the society with our policy council. So we've got the executive director and the staff and volunteers, past, current, and president-elect, our VP chapters and SIGs, and our other VP positions, as well as our general policy council members and our committees. Several of those are standing committees. Okay. This is 2023 at a glance. So we have over 1,300 members, 18 special interest groups, and 22 chapters. We have over 11,800 subscribers to our mailing list. We have almost 26,000 followers on our different social media outlets. Our website has about 151,000 visits per year. And we had over 450 attendees at our conference. We are doing hybrid conferences now. The majority attended live, but we also had a significant online presence as well. We also have our summer school and our seminar series, as well as our networking series. Our journal impact factor has been increasing and hitting record impact factors lately. We recently launched a new updated university database. So at this point we have, or at the end of last year, we had 73 universities in our database that are teaching system dynamics. And we also provide various awards. Most of these awards are provided at the conference, and scholarships. And we also are a GuideStar organization with gold transparency. Okay, some of our member benefits are the conference discount, seminar series. So we've got a lot of virtual events that happen almost on a monthly basis that you can access as a member. 10% discount on our society publications, discounted prices, and some free courses for online courses, and our free access to System Dynamics Review. And we also have a Jay Forrester seminar series that is free for our members. We also have mentorship programs. We'll be discussing that in more detail. Networking and connection opportunities, scholarship opportunities, discounts on publishing in the System Dynamics Review, and also a discount on Wiley books. Wiley is our publisher for the System Dynamics Reviews. So for resources, we've got our System Dynamics Journal, the System Dynamics Review, with our peer-reviewed articles. They are often from an academic perspective, but also some practical applications to societal and technical, managerial, and environmental problems with a high impact factor. There's some links here, which CT is going to add to the chat for submissions and author guidelines. And we also did a seminar a little while ago about how to publish in the System Dynamics Review with our executive editor, Andreas. We have a bibliography with over 12,000 references. CT can add the links here in the chat for adding a chapter or book to our bibliography, and also for journal articles. We also have a successful applications page, which is kind of like the case studies. So we have a lot of practical applications and projects that have used System Dynamics as their method, and we have the write-up on how they were used, how they were applied, what's the impact, kind of what are the outcomes, and how leaders and policymakers use these to tackle serious challenges. So those have a variety of topics. And we also have a model repository. So we have some simulations that are widely used, like the En-ROADS simulation by Climate Interactive and the Sloan School of Management. That's about global warming. And then the PRISM simulation, these are all available on our website. The COVID-19 simulator as well. We have several model repositories also available on the model repository page. And games, simulation games, which are a great way to do kind of hands-on learning with students or in organizations and teach the concepts of systems thinking and system dynamics through these simulation games. We also have tools on our website, software and pedagogical tools, model tools, kind of participatory group model building tools, etc. And then for learning, we have a variety of seminar series. This is one of the upcoming seminar series. And we also have a business dynamics for business innovation seminar series that's going on right now. And the recordings for those are also available for our members in case you miss them. And then we also have a variety of discounted courses for our members and free courses in other instances. So these are a few of those examples in our online course calendar. And then we also have a degree courses page. The link there at the bottom is not the correct link. Sorry about that. So we have this updated database where we're crowdsourcing courses in system dynamics and systems thinking and programs throughout the world. So over the course of the year, we've increased the amount of programs in that database from 48 to 66, and courses have increased from 130 to 162 since we launched that, I think, in late 2022. So if you're interested in checking out which universities across the world are offering these courses, feel free to go to our degree courses page and the online course catalog. And then we also have various mentoring programs. So we have a peer mentoring program, a one-on-one mentoring program, which is more intensive and tends to be more focused on PhD students who are working on their dissertation, for example. And then we also have a modeling assistance mentoring program, which is one-on-one coaching for modeling questions. And that's a conference event. And the publishing assistance program is also a conference event. And for getting involved, we have our member directory. This is one of the great benefits as well, to be able to connect with others within the society, use the directory to find other members and reach out to them. So that can be for interest-based or geographics, for example. So we also have chapters. We have, each of these chapters does a variety of events. So that could be workshops, webinars, conferences, competitions, and much more. Some people have been actually adding more chapters, geographically based, generally, so that we have a process also for adding a new chapter if your country is not currently on our list and you'd like to gather some people to create a chapter within your country or region. We have an upcoming student chapter meeting on the 26th of this month. So if you're a student and you would like to join us, that would be wonderful. We also have special interest groups in a variety of topics, and they also do workshops, webinars, conferences, and networking meetings. Some SIGs are more active than other SIGs. I think we've started incorporating that on our website to kind of mention which ones are active and which ones are not. If it's an inactive SIG, we are welcome to kind of reactivate it, but that also requires people who are interested in kind of leading that SIG. So if you see a SIG that you're interested in on our website that says it's inactive, feel free to reach out to us and see if you can lead that SIG. And then we also have a variety of volunteer opportunities. Volunteering for the society is a great way to meet new people and help build the community, learn new skills and hone your skills, and make an impact in our community. So some of the upcoming opportunities are at ISDC 2024, which is going to be online and also in Bergen, Norway. We have the career event at the conference, so we could use some help with finding, sorry about that, finding employers who are offering positions in that field. Try to get the dog out. Hey. So finding employers for the career event and then helping organize that. And then also volunteers, either virtual or in person for the conference, and then also social media support. So things like photographs, interviewing people at the conference, that would be an in-person role. And then we also have opportunities in learning. So we are starting to track PhDs in the field. And we also need help populating our university database. As I mentioned, it's a crowdsourced database. And so we reach out to universities who we think or we know they have courses, but they're not currently in our database. And then the pre-college education SIG also has some projects. And as for leadership, we have various committee positions that are available. So we are seeking experienced people in the field who can be part of these committees. And we also have the student chapters looking for more support to help with some of their programs. that student chapter meeting is on the 26th of this month, and we will be discussing more opportunities to support the student chapter through volunteership. And then also for journal, we have opportunities with writing the SDR new issue email announcements and bibliography support. So if you're interested in volunteering, you can sign up with us through our volunteer form. We're going to add that to the chat. And then we also, if you have friends or colleagues who might be interested in volunteering, feel free to send me an email at megan@systemdynamics.org. Do you have any questions? I'm going to bring this back up.
I have a question about setting up local chapters. This is Piotr.
Yeah.
I'm calling in from Poland. I know there isn't a local chapter in Poland yet. I would be interested in finding out what's involved, what's needed, what's the process. I don't necessarily need to find this out right now on this call, but at least I would like to know whom should I contact for that.
Okay, so on our chapters page on the website, there's guidelines on how to start a new chapter. What is the process, how many people you need to gather, the signatures, and what are the implications of having a chapter with the society. So
Excellent.
Christine will add in the chat the link to our chapters page so that you can look more into that. Any other questions? I know there were some questions in the chat. Let me just take a peek. Okay. These are mainly.
Yeah, there were no real questions in the chat.
Okay, mainly links. Great. Okay, we can now move to networking then. So I want to give an opportunity to start. Well, Allison, we could start with Allison and then go to the SIG and chapter leaders who are here. If you could mention your name, organization, role, and what you lead and the main activities, and a fun fact about yourself.
Hi, I'm Allison King. I'm at Washington State University on the west coast of the US. I've been involved with the society since about 2007, I believe, and have really enjoyed all the interactions I get at conferences and the networking, and getting to know people doing different stuff has always been really nice for me. This year, I am the current president, so I lead PC meetings and do a variety of other administrative sorts of things. And I'm looking forward to seeing people in Bergen.
Thanks, Allison.
PC Policy Council, yes.
Yeah. Any other chapter and SIG leaders? Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Willem Aubing from the Benelux chapter. Actually, someone else succeeded me, but I believe that person is not here yet. So, yeah, that's Benelux, the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. Nice combination of practitioners and people from universities and research institutes.
And you're at Delft, right?
I am, yes.
Fun fact about yourself?
That's difficult, of course. Now, yeah, but you'll see when you meet me during the conference.
All right, who's next? Michael?
Yeah, okay, thank you, Megan. Michel Kuijer, from the Netherlands, but I'm representing the special interest group on asset dynamics, which we founded, I think about 8 years ago. And it focuses, that might be of interest on physical assets. So that are the, when you look behind in your screen, Megan, you see buildings and ships and waterways, and all those things are dealt with in society and are quite important. We will also do a presentation on that on the conference, and we will be at the conference, which is very nice. So I hope we can meet some people there to talk about it. But the basic thing is that assets have a very long life cycle, and you have to invest in them. So you have to make really important decisions. So now is a really topic is we call it the sustainable assets. To get a sustainable society, well, look at your own house. You need solar panels, and you need isolation, and all kind of things you have to do to make your house sustainable. But everything costs money, and you have to think about it, and how that can contribute to the sustainability itself. So that is a topic that we are dealing with, and it's of course combined also with the economics and the financial part of it. So it is a very interesting topic and area, and we use system dynamics for that. So
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle.
I can go next.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, so I'm Rachel. I am one of the current health policy SIG leads. We have an active SIG. We meet every month. Usually we'll have a presentation, or next month we're actually having a little SIG networking session. So if you are working in the public health or health policy space, we definitely welcome you. I am a research associate and current PhD student at the City University of New York School of Public Health. And it's really hard to think about a fun fact about yourself, honestly. And as a PhD student, I don't do many fun things right now because I'm too busy. But one thing I did do that was fun this weekend was I had like an 8-hour Dune watching marathon. So I watched the old 1980s Dune, the first Dune, and then went to the IMAX and saw the new Dune movie. So that was a fun weekend activity that pretty much took a whole day of my life, but it was still fun. So anyways, if you're interested in health policy, feel free to reach out to me, join the health policy SIG.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Diana? You're on mute.
My screen was over to the side and I couldn't see my little mute button at the bottom. My name's Diana Fisher, and I have a doctorate in system dynamics and mathematics education. I am the leader, the VP of the pre-college SIG for the System Dynamics Society, and we have a very active SIG group. There are some wonderful people that we work with from Turkey, from South Korea, from Taiwan, and some other places, but those are our very active members. The main projects we are dealing with, we provide webinars on the use of system dynamics in pre-college education, and also every other month. And those are always, all of our stuff is always free to everyone. We also have focused SIG meetings on alternate months where we can have more audience input. We are in the process of finalizing a set of systems thinking assessment questions for researchers, and actually mostly for teachers, to assess the work that their students are doing in the classroom, dealing with system dynamics and systems thinking. We are not yet ready to start a formal mentoring program for new teachers who are trying to bring systems thinking and system dynamics into their classroom. We are working on an initial packet of information for countries that want to bring systems thinking and system dynamics into their country for pre-college education. So some beginning materials to help them sort of get started. We have 2 new projects that we're working on. One is we are seriously thinking about establishing an annual pre-college virtual conference, because we have quite a few of our teachers and educators who are interested in presenting ideas, and they can't, the System Dynamics conference is kind of expensive for them. And we would like to make this something very affordable. Now, the System Dynamics Society does provide scholarships and a reduced membership for educators, for pre-college educators. And that is really, really welcome. And we appreciate that a lot. But we have a lot more people that we would like to have present than we have the possibility of being able to have them present at the System Dynamics Society. So we want to increase the ability for us to communicate and share information with each other. So we are in the process of starting to think about how to do that and to make it virtual. And another thing that has come up recently in the last couple of months is we are really interested in the use of ChatGPT-4 for the development of lessons that are inclusive, that are active, that are using the latest pedagogical techniques to introduce systems thinking and system dynamics into pre-college education at primary, middle school, and high school levels, because we have expertise all the way through those levels. And so we have a lot going on in the pre-college SIG. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Who's next? Mike?
I'll go.
Okay, go for it, Joe.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Londa. I'm 40 years, I'm retiree from 40 years of system engineering experience, so I consider myself a practitioner. And so I lead the environmental SIG for the last 2 years. We try to operate, we've been trying to operate in really a collaborative super SIG, because when you say environmental, it doesn't really tell you very much because it's so encompassing. So the super SIG really talks about the environment and natural resources. So we try to collaborate with the water, energy, and agricultural and food, which I just call land. So we try to do collaborative efforts, and we've had some collaborative sessions. Unfortunately, I would say that the environmental SIG has become mostly inactive. I think that it's a combination of things. Perhaps it's an opportunity to find someone to take over the environmental SIG. And as far as what is my current focus and an area of interest is, I think I'm currently intersecting Diana's work and Michael's work on assets, in that I am working with the public school system to convert in New York State the fleet of gas and diesel buses to electric buses. And there's about 50,000 gas and diesel buses in New York State. And we have a mandate to convert them by 2035. Lots of economic considerations, lots of reluctance and concerns about the technology, and how do you do the how do you ring off that conversion? So I'm focused in that area, and that's my fun fact.
Thank you, Joe. Christine, do you want to go? Since you're related to the environmental SIG.
Yes. Please also feel free to call me CT. A bunch of people in the System Dynamics Society do, but the people who have known me longer usually call me Christine. And I, as Megan said, I work part-time for the System Dynamics Society. I also work part-time for the New Mexico Water Resources Research Institute. And that's why I'm somewhat of a bad student. I'm sorry, Professor Radzicki, he's one of my professors. And as Joe said, we try to collaborate to co-host meetings. And I think I forgot to email you about this. I already scheduled our next meeting. So the Water SIG agreed to co-host one meeting every quarter with the environmental SIG. And currently we're only having quarterly meetings because we're a small SIG. We only focus on water. And I'm actually new to water. So if you want to talk more about water and environmental modeling, you should talk to Allison Bill King, who's an expert.
So you say water is small. Isn't water the foundation for all life?
I should say we're smaller than environmental. I think. I'm not sure about the SIG numbers, but are much younger too. I don't remember when Saeed started the SIG, maybe in 2017 or 2018. Anyway, and as I said, we have quarterly meetings, and I'm trying to start this repository of important models and papers that we should read, such as Alison Beale King's and other resources for people.
Thank you, CT. Great. CT, you also kind of are involved in several other SIGs as well. Do you want to mention that?
Oh yes, I help Professor Redzicki whenever he asks me to for the economics SIG. I like planning events, so if you ever want to co-host something, just ask, because WPI System Dynamics, we have monthly meetings also. That's not restricted to any topic, so please feel free. And I'm also part of the student chapter, but I don't run it. I used to help organize the student organized colloquiums, as does Rachel. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Great, thanks. Mike? Mike from WPI, are you still here?
Okay, yeah, there's several Mikes and Michaels. Hi, everyone. Mike Radzicki here. Let's see. I guess I'm a founding member of the society from back in 1983. And over the years, I served as policy council member, secretary, VP meetings, and finally president, I guess back in 06. So I've been there, done there, that got the t-shirt, I guess. I'm involved with the economics SIG and have been for quite some time. Like with a lot of the SIGs, there's an ebb and flow to our activities. We certainly meet annually at the conference. For a while, we were trying to meet at economics conferences. And herein lies the issue of the proper place for economics and system dynamics to coexist. Historically, economists have disliked system dynamics or thought it to be illegitimate for economic analysis, stemming from Forrester's work on urban and world dynamics, and then the limits to growth in the national model in the late 60s and 1970s. And so over the years, we've been working on figuring out how to do economics with system dynamics in a manner that would be acceptable to both economists and system dynamicists. And the answer is economists organize themselves into schools of thought. And so it's not all economists like or dislike system dynamics. Some do, some don't. And you've got to talk to economists in the right schools of thought. And when you do that, you find you get a good reception for economic analysis done with system dynamics. So that's, the SIG has been doing that over the years. We talked for many years about doing a book on feedback economics. And somebody finally said, you talk about it every year, why don't you do it? So we did that. So we have a book called Feedback Economics from Springer. It's on Amazon. It makes a wonderful birthday or Christmas gift. So please buy multiple copies for your friends and loved ones. And I mentioned an ebb and flow. And as you might imagine, people grow older, they retire, their energy and enthusiasm wanes and what have you. So I think our SIG and all the SIGs really are looking for new members who will take a fresh look at things, bring energy to the meetings, fresh ideas and what have you. So if you're interested in economics and system dynamics, that interface, drop me an email. Just look for me at WPI's faculty website and you can find me. And either I can answer your questions or direct you to somebody who can.
Thank you. Who would like to go next?
Hi, can I go next?
Go for it, Simon.
Okay, I'm Simon Shepherd. I'm from the Institute for Transport Studies at Leeds University. And I co-founded the Transportation SIG with Enzo Bivona after a meeting at one of the Delft conferences. So we just sat together on the bus and decided we'd have a transport SIG. it's been quite successful. We have annual events. Obviously, they had to go hybrid during COVID. We're still trying to. They've been quite successful. We're still trying to get a face-to-face one in Palermo, where Enzo's from. But we've also managed to get into the European Transport Conference with a special thread on system dynamics and transportation. And we've obviously got one in the international conference. I had a great person supporting me, Gillian Harrison, in our institute, but she's just moved to the Department for Transport down the road. The good news is she's still active, and she's moved to a team in the department called the Systems Thinking Team, and they're doing a net zero tool for the department. So the whole UK government's got a whole page on systems thinking now, and they're sort of promoting it. So I call that a success. And yeah, it's so far the tool's kind of hidden. They're not publishing it, but they're doing seminars about it. So that's really exciting. I'd say the environmental SIG, maybe rename yourself to Net Zero. And that's where all the funding is in the UK at the minute. So we're winning lots of interesting work, and I've noticed a lot of UK academics taking up system dynamics now, which is interesting. Fun fact.
Yeah.
I'll stick on the sporting theme. If you know about cricket, which you probably don't, I once took 7 for 21, which means I got 7 people out for 21 runs, and we still lost.
Thank you, Simon. Andreas, do you want to talk about the South Africa chapter?
Yes, I can. I'm so glad you didn't play against us when that happened.
Oh, we still lost.
Well, yeah, but it's embarrassing when you do 7 wickets against 1 bowler.
Yeah.
So I'm from the South African chapter. We've been going for about 10 years now. And I want to read our mission to you because I think it's important for us. And our mission basically says encourage the growth of system dynamics in Africa and establish capabilities through training, education, and digitized support through collaborative engagements. So our plan is not to change the world. We basically want to get people to change the world. So we really put a lot of effort into our annual conference. This year it will be the 12th version, 7 and 8 November. Please keep your eyes open for that. The invitation should go out pretty soon. And then we're also at the moment busy running our annual, we've renamed it. It used to be our system dynamics competition, but we now call it our learning hub, because basically what we try and do is get people to not just, I mean, it's easy to show a person how to do a system dynamics model and lose them in the process. So what we do is we take tried and tested case studies, we build it together with the group, and then we send them off and say, you've got basically 2 weeks in which you can take that model, enhance the model, analyze it, do policy, do whatever you want to that, and then come and report back to us what you've learned. And we found that quite successful. So a lot of fun. And please, if you've got any students, the next session will be in June. We've deliberately this year, we used to do it on Saturday morning South African time because it works for us. But this year we're doing it on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesday evenings, 6 o'clock South African time, which actually fits in quite nicely with the US timing as well. So please, we'd love to see an international audience. This year we had somebody from Mongolia. Well, in our first session, we had somebody from Mongolia, which was really interesting and quite a time challenge for that person. And then a fun fact, I absolutely, to this day, when I see that model run and I see the graphs emerge and I see I fixed my error, I still get excited and I send that image to everybody, even if they have no clue what system dynamics is about, because I'm so excited. And yes, I'm not in academia, though I do supervise masters and PhD students. I actually work for a company, Toyota South Africa. So I'm a real practitioner. But as I say, I get excited, and my colleagues who have no clue also better get excited because the model's working. Thank you.
Thank you, Andreas. Are there any other SIG or chapter leaders that I may have missed? Okay, so feel free. The others who are here as well are new members and members from before. If you can also share your name, organization, your role, and what topic or topics you are interested in addressing using system dynamics, and a fun fact about yourself.
Hi, I can go.
Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Steve Smith. I am a practitioner. So I'm currently Director of Flight Sciences and Human Integration at Blue Origin. So working in rockets and space travel. Previously, I spent 25 years in flight simulators and building flight simulators to train humans how to fly helicopters. And I've done some system dynamics work of it to help describe and understand why humans make mistakes in the cockpit and crash aircraft and helicopters. So anyway, I'm just joined the society. I'm very excited to be a part of this group and learn from you all. Fun fact, I guess, is I'm also a long distance runner and triathlete, and I have a side hustle where I've created a new company called Achieve with AI, and where you've created a system dynamics model of a human athlete and using it to predict marathon times for runners, and we're in beta testing with that, and pretty excited about that adventure. And yeah, so thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Steve. I'm a runner too, but not marathons, 10Ks. Very cool. Thank you. Daniel?
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, I'm PhD student from Jönköping University in Sweden. I'm originally from Cuba, but I'm doing my PhD in Sweden. My field of study is entrepreneurship, but I have been involved with system thinking and system dynamics since my master. I did my master using system dynamics approach for reshoring decision making, and now I would like to use it in my PhD in entrepreneurship and the connection between sustainable entrepreneurship and system thinking and system dynamics. I hope I can see you all in Bergen. I send my paper there. A fun fact about me: last week I went to a town quite popular here in Sweden, though it's popular for they make candies, and I joined a competition for making candies. I got the prize for making candies. I was surprised, but it was quite fun experience also with the colleagues in the department.
Very cool. Thank you, Daniel. Welcome to the society.
Thank you. What kind of candies? I don't know what they're called in English. The one are long and white and red and that kind of candies. So you need to roll them in the table and cut them.
But different than a candy cane?
Kind of. Oh, there were two types. The candy cane also, we have to cut it in different shapes.
Was it chewy or hard?
Hard, very, very hard.
Cool. Thank you. Sammy, do you want to present yourself? Is Sammy still here?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Is this okay? Yeah. I am Tamim Fundisi, and I've been learning system dynamics for a while. I think it could be some 5 years. 2008, I registered and deregistered and so on. So I have been a member in and out for a while. My first conference was with the South African chapter. If I remember well, it was hosted by the Witwatersrand University. And I am very interested in getting back into the system dynamics environment of South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you can connect with Andreas and join the South Africa chapter if you're not already part of it.
Yes, that's the plan. I think I've been a little bit more remote lately, but I plan on being a lot more active with them.
Yeah, it's fine. You can, I think they do a lot of their stuff on Zoom as well, so that's fine. Piotr from Poland?
Hi, I already spoke. I was the one asking about setting up the local chapter. I've been interested in system dynamics, systems thinking for over 10 years. I wouldn't call myself a practitioner yet, although I am working with systems thinking in the business area, helping various organizations to move away from this linear kind of thinking into more global, holistic. And I've been following System Dynamics Society for some time, and I'm now considering joining it as a member.
Great, thank you. Well, we welcome you. Michael Chow.
Hello. Hi, I'm Michael Chua from Malaysia. This is going to be my first session, in this conference here. I acquired System Dynamics through my master program, which is related to MIT skill. I got interested in it, and I think for me it's just a beginning. I'm in Malaysia. I think Malaysia doesn't have a chapter yet. Obviously, that is an opportunity. Maybe to bring Malaysia chapter. Maybe to set it up in the future then. But at this moment, I'm still new in this subject. I'm learning through it. Hopefully, we'll come up with something. Yeah, thank you.
Very cool. Welcome.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. We've got there was a Lucas. I'm not sure if Lucas is still with us here on the line. Andy, have you gone?
No, I haven't. I'll go.
Go ahead.
Hi, Megan. Thanks very much. I'm Andy Mays. I'm based in Guildford, just south of London in the UK. I'm a civil engineer by background and have worked in consulting for the last 30 odd years. I first came across systems dynamics at PA Consulting Group, where I knew Bill Dalton and Donna Mayo and several other people who used to work for Pew Roberts, which was a spin out of MIT. And whilst I'm not a practitioner, I could see the value of what it was that they were bringing very, very quickly. So I used to find opportunities to sell systems thinking, system dynamics into the UK government, particularly Transport for London, where we modelled the transport network, looking to create a different kind of environment in London over the next 20 or 30 years. So I was just fascinated by the power and the value of it. I subsequently left PA Consulting Group and joined a US leadership consulting company called J&J Associates. Been there for the last 17 years. And we work on really the human side of mega projects, giga projects, and quite often in the area of safety. So how do you deliver these huge oil and gas and mining and construction projects without killing people? And I suppose my interest in systems thinking, system dynamics, is to find a way to help groups of people see the virtuous or destructive dynamics at play in culture. And I haven't found a way of really doing that at scale yet. So I've been a member of the SDS for a few years, really on the fringes, really listening out for how is there an opportunity to really spark the interests of those people who do sit in these huge organizations or failing organizations, to help them see the human dynamics at play so that they can start getting interested in the ways of being and leadership. So that's my interest. A fun fact is I'm a cricketer as well, Simon. Although I never got 7 for 21, I was a batsman up in Lancashire. And but my fun fact is I'm a pianist, and I'm currently taking on the biggest project I have for a long time, which is to learn a huge piece by Rachmaninoff, which I'm wanting to learn this year and perform in London. Even if there's just 1 or 2 people there, I'll be happy.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you've been following us for a while and have decided to join us today. And we look
Thanks.
forward to your continued involvement. We also have a networking series, and about quarterly we do practitioner networking sessions. Some of you sounded like you're practitioners, and it would be really interesting if you want to present at one of these practitioner networking sessions. So what we generally do in those, it's an hour-long session, and usually you present for the first half hour or so, and it's often a conundrum, maybe some kind of issue that's coming up in your consulting work, and you either want to, present it and get some feedback from other practitioners in the field. So I welcome you to consider that. Feel free to send me an email. I will send in the chat my email address. Sarah Chung is our VP of Professional Practice, and she helps to coordinate those practitioner networking sessions as well. And I can send you a follow-up email with the access to the slides. And I will also be uploading this recording to our website, so I can send you that link too once it's up there. Let's see. So Rachel mentioned that I can show you on the website how to join. So let me pull that up one sec, and I will share my screen once I have that page up. So the way that one can join chapters or SIGs is through going to their account page. So you go to member profile up here at the top. Sorry, it's still loading. So this pulls up your member profile, and you go to edit profile, the big button here. And then you can go down, sorry, it takes a little moment to load. Got a lot of windows open on another navigator. Okay. So down here, it says chapter affiliation and special interest group affiliation. So that's where you can, pick the chapter and special interest groups that you'd like to be affiliated with. I am now part of the Latin America chapter and the pre-college education SIG. And then you go down to the bottom and click update profile, and that will save your settings and add you to those groups and their mailing list. So I live in Chile, and I'm interested in spreading system dynamics and systems thinking within Latin America in particular. So that's why I joined the Latin American chapter. Okay, so that is how you can join chapters and SIGs. And then also, if you're interested in where to find that on the website, which ones exist and whatnot, that's here under Connect, Chapters. So these are the chapters. And special interest groups. These are the SIGs. These are like the general overall pages. If you go to the chapters overview page, that says how you can start a new chapter. In case you're interested in starting a new chapter, I know, let's see if you can find others from Poland or Malaysia that might be interested in making a chapter. That's how you can do that. So here are the guidelines. And one of the newest chapters is the Taiwan chapter here. So that's how you can do that.
Hey, Megan, can I back you up to your on the practitioner subjects?
Oh, yeah.
I was just wondering, in recent memory, have we done anything specifically on sort of a global view of transportation?
No, we have not. We have not. That would be something that would be very interesting to do.
Yeah, I think it'd make a really interesting subject, and I think there's sounds like there's a lot of work going on in that area. So I would like to suggest we do something, and I'll write something to you.
Sure.
Suggesting, what might be an appropriate topic, how to cover, how to get a world view on what's happening with transportation conversion to electric.
Yeah, there's several of you here interested in transportation. So it would be great if you could connect. And actually, if you'd like to, those of you interested in transportation, if you want to put your names in the chat, that way, or your emails, that way you all can connect. And maybe you could even do a collaborative practitioner networking session where several of you could present what you're working on in the transportation area and what it is you'd like to kind of present that day in terms of a global view.
Yeah, I think a global perspective really would be insightful, because I think there's a lot happening locally, but I imagine it's quite different as you traverse the world.
Yeah, Andy also mentioned working in transport, right? Andy, do you want to add your email there?
I'll put together an email and make a proposition and see what kind of interest there is or how it should be shaped.
Right. Sure, that sounds good. I follow up with an email, and I'll include Andy because I'm not sure if I don't see his email here yet, but I have the attendee list, so I can add that. I'll send you an email.
I sent it to Alison rather than to everybody. I'll send it to everyone there.
Sounds good. Okay, great. So we have now come to the hour, and I want to thank you all for joining us today. I think this has been a great way for us to meet the chapter and SIG leaders and our president of the society and get to know some of our new members who are here today, and those of you who are longer term members or on and off members or are considering membership. So thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to reach out to us at the home office if you have any more questions and need any help kind of navigating the resources that we provide with the society, or need help finding collaborators on projects, that kind of thing. We are here to help you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye.